Obviously slammed in his face again by Sergio Ramos, and no one better to do it than he. Ramos has been booked. It is the fourth yellow card of the game. He's having a busy old night, is Felix Bright.
He's added to the spice of the game, hasn't he, really? I think there's no question that Ramos knew exactly what he was doing there.
So Toni Kroos and Dani Carvajal are the two being withdrawn to be replaced by Borja Mayoral, who's top scorer in Spain's European Under-19 triumph in Greece this summer. Mainly plays for Real Madrid Castilla, the B team under Zinedine Zidane. And Danilo, signed from Porto for €31.5 million. A Copa Libertadores winner with Santos in 2011 alongside Neymar and Ganso and Alana. And the 2015 Copa Libertadores final, it's on later tonight. River Plate hosting Tigres, 2 AM your time on this channel. Vasquez being withdrawn for Danilo's arrival. Featured in the Brazilian side, beaten in the Olympic Games final in London by Mexico. Scored 4 goals in last season's Champions League for Porto, which for a right back is very useful.
When you look at the amount of movement and changes that's gone on, especially in the Real Madrid side, it's no wonder they're not playing with any sort of real pattern. Very much, as I've said, this second half has been, for me, very much a pre-season match. Two best chances obviously have gone to Bayern, but overall I think Real's attitude has been treating it very much as a pre-season game. Fitness levels looking at more than anything else.
Has been a bit of bite in this at the same time.
Yeah, there's been a few tackles without a doubt. Yeah, a few niggles here, there and everywhere. I think we saw a better half in the first half. I think this second half has been very, very bitty.
Maybe the tempo was just a bit too high. Certainly haven't been able to recapture it in the second period. This is Arbeloa with the cross. It's good delivery. Danilo with the attempt up front. He signed a 6-year deal, having come across for 31 million.
Well, it's a big shout for him, isn't it, really, Danilo? As I've said, I think Carvajal, for me, is a really, really excellent fullback. He gives them that extra strength on that right-hand side. Rode, who played, as I've said, really well last night.
Douglas Costa now has a chance to break, but couldn't find Lewandowski down the middle. Yeah, pace has certainly abated a lot in the second period.
I know he's played well on that left-hand side, but I'd just like to see him trot over to this right wing and cut in on that left foot of his. I've not seen that.
Lewandowski, Douglas Costa, didn't quite find the way through. Højbjerg. Nipping in ahead of Marco Asensio. There's been a boot lost. Boateng. Sort of interesting that the All Blacks announced today that they would be wearing all black boots during the Rugby World Cup. Try that in football. Højbjerg still going, and it's Roda, curls it wide. Good chance, good build-up by Bayern again.
Once again, Roda tries that turn, bending the ball in the far side. He had one last night, he got nowhere near the target, a little bit closer this time. Perhaps if he has another one, he might get it on target. Still time for somebody to do something special, but I think it's going to take something really special to win this game tonight.
Flicked on by Asensio, but denied again by Pierre Højbjerg.
It's like wondering if the likes of Ramos still out there on a booking, what that would stand for if he was to get another yellow card. So just in a game like this, when they've made so many changes, you just think that perhaps to cover that option might be something they need to think about.
Out for the corner kick. I remember Brian Robson being sent off in South Africa 22, 23 years ago, pre-season match, and the red card carried over and missed the league game or two. There's Pierre Højbjerg.
As if Rafa Benitez is using this as a defensive set-up second half. A workout, sit in there, don't give much away. On the training ground, lots of teams do lots of exercises like this where they sit in. Good 20-minute, perhaps half an hour session of making sure the opposition don't score against you, but sure it's really doing them overly much. Well, I don't know. I mean, here for me, we've seen so little of them going forward, haven't we?
Well, there may be a few additional changes for Bayern that are being furiously gesticulated by Pep Guardiola. It was an Irish referee who sent Brian Robson off in that game, by the way, in South Africa, Errol Sweeney. Relocated back home a few years later. Basketball coach and a school teacher these days, I think. That's a cracker, both in terms of the shot and the save. Navas with the denial. Roda with the cross. It's cut out by Bote. Juan Bernat. Was involved in the sharp end yet again, Bernat. That was a very, very good try. What a save by Navas.
Yeah, good save. As you said, as we've said all along, the only chances really of tonight have been very much in Bayern's favour. If this isn't a defensive practice, I don't know what is, because just look at them there, sitting in, keeping the shape, keeping the discipline.
Well, have a bit more defending to do as the free kick goes Bayern's way. Keylor Navas only played 6 league games last season behind Iker Casillas, who's now at Porto, having gone on a free. They have signed Kiko Casilla from Espanyol for 6 million. But a large bid for David De Gea certainly expected before the month is out. Navas was signed for 10 million at the start of last season. Does Alaba fancy a crack? He does! Good try! And spilled by Navas. And it's offside against Benatia. Officiating's been a bit stern really tonight, but this was a real corker by Alaba. And he was just leaning offside. If he'd got it directly, he'd have been okay.
Yeah, he set himself up for the shot. Certainly took most things tonight for Bayern.
So Benko comes on for Rafinha for the final 10 minutes. As happened last night. There's Thomas Muller, 17 years old Benko is. potential latest wunderkind to come through the system. Free kick, rather fouled by Asensio. Basel, Club Brugge, Partizan and Malmo have all made it through to the playoff round of the Champions League over the next 2 midweeks, all with big wins tonight. Steaua Bucharest, Salzburg, Panathinaikos, Lech Poznan all out.
I was just going to say how well Roda does for them in there. He really does pop up really well. Very lively, alert to all sorts, and then he just makes a silly mistake like that.
Yeah, there you go. It'll always happen when you're halfway through the praise.
Yeah.
It's Douglas Costa supporting the overlap from Alaba. The cross is good, the cross is marvellous. Muller's back flick for Lewandowski. Still has some work to do, still has a lot of white around him. Douglas Costa for Lewandowski again. Dainty chip, didn't quite come off. Rode again. It's been all about Bayern, and Real is simply allowing Bayern at them. Well, they won't be appreciating that if this is what life's going to be like in the Bernabeu this coming season. Sure, it won't be, obviously.
It's good to see Costa on this right-hand side as well. He's been out of the game in the second half.
That was almost a big opening for Lewandowski. Alaba playing it forward again. And play will be held up due to the injury to Sergio Ramos. He was caught. Now, what do you make about how Rafa Benitez has Real Madrid set up for this second half predominantly?
Well, I do think they've just gone into defensive mode. I mean, to be honest with you, they haven't really got they haven't got a forward line at the moment. They've got people who do play in wide areas. As Rodriguez genuinely doesn't play right up the middle, which he's having to do at the moment. Here, Mendy's come on, Modric has come on. You know, they've sat there. They really have gone into it's not that they've not got good players out there, but they've got players out there who haven't got the players ahead of them that they can find and know they can do something special. You give it to Ronaldo, he can run 40 yards with the ball. You give the ball to Bale, he can run 40 yards with the ball. So really, they've just gone backwards and backwards more and more as the game's gone on.
7 minutes away from penalties in the Audi Cup final. A little shove off the ball by Arbeloa.